Hello everyone, my name is Aura and I am a Beyond Quantum Healing practitioner. And today I would like to talk to you about your magnificent and infinite power that you hold innately within you and around you. On this subject, I can only speak to you from my personal experience, which has been pretty short here of only 33 years within this vessel and in this life. But it's been quite an adventure with quite a few changes, which took a wonderful turn and have brought me back to myself. It all started with when I was a kid. As a kid, I used to know that we are infinitely powerful. I used to know that I could heal any living being. I used to not be afraid of everything that I would see and that I would perceive, which would have been outside of myself, that nobody else could see or perceive. I would look at superheroes and know that I could do the things that they are doing. I also knew that everybody else was capable of doing all of these magnificent and miraculous things. As time passed, I was asked to fit within a box so that I may be a good citizen and a functional part of society. And that brought with it a lot of anxiety, depression, stress, and all kinds of fun things, which sadly most of us are going through in our daily lives. Later on, which was about 10 years ago, I woke up one day and I said that I had enough. I realized that if I want to see any kind of change in the world, it's gonna have to start with me. And so I started taking responsibility of my life and of the way I was living my life in my way, hoping that someday, in some way, it would help and inspire someone else. I would like to remind you today that you are a unique fractal of Source, and this is what creates the unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is created from all the infinite, diverse, and unique aspects of the all that is. You are not supposed to be like anybody else. You are supposed to be weird. You are supposed to stand out. Innately, you are not created in any way to be like anybody else. Think of it as the fingerprints on our fingers and our toes. Not two of them are the same, but they all belong to the same body. This is kind of how we are as fractals of Source. There's no other like us, but we are all one. And so I would encourage you to live your passion every single moment, to never feel bad if you cannot do things like someone else, because we are not supposed to be like someone else. Nobody is supposed to be like their sibling, like their colleagues, or like any other expert or any other being for that matter. Think of snowflakes. Think of anything on this planet. Every other being that is alive lives life in a sovereign way as themselves, not trying to be like anybody else, longing to be like someone else, or trying to live up to someone else's expectations. That is just a waste of our energy, a waste of our precious time here in this experience as a human being. And so I would like to ask you to remind yourself every moment of the infinite now to be in your power. That is to be what you love to do, what you are passionate about every single moment of the day. Because when we all live our passion, there is no space for resentment. And when there is no space for resentment or stress or anxiety for that matter, as to trying to fit into a box which has been created by someone else, there is no space for any kind of physical disease within our bodies. There is no space for hatred in our world when we are happy and content with our lives. A person that is happy and content with their life cannot hate or dislike another person, because then we also understand and embrace diversity. And maybe you do unconditionally love everyone else, but unconditional love includes you. unconditional acceptance includes you, the way you are in your unique way, no matter how different that may be from everything else that you know. Oneness is all inclusive, it cannot exclude anything. And when we start living in our passion, we have nothing else to fear. And we do not fear the other because other is different than us. Other simply disappears because other becomes like us as we all live together in our unique ways, as we all share our unique energy with one another. And as we do that, just imagine all the miracles that we can create, all the different things that have never been created before. Because up until now, we kept trying to fit into this box that has been dictated by society. One size fits all. But where is the individual in that? Where is the joy in that? Where is the passion in that? Where is the play in that? Where is life in that? As we start living life in our unique ways, we automatically step into our power. And this is where we claim our sovereignty. And as we do that, we live in our truth. And again, please remember that there are infinite versions of the truth out there, as there are infinite versions of you, and there are infinite versions of the infinity of all that is. And so, no truth is less true than any other truth, and every single truth matters. Your truth matters. Your ways of doing things matter. Your knowingness matters. And as we tap into the infinity of everything that we are, and we live life and every single moment to our highest passion, we slowly start living life as our true essence here in this human vessel. And this is what all of this is about. This is what we came here to do now in this moment. To live in our power, to live in our truth, and with that comes integrity. With that, there will be nothing to sway us away from ourselves. There will be nothing to have us alter the way we think, the way we are, because we want to impress or because we want to live up to anybody else's expectations. There will be none of that because you know who you are. The three ultimate laws of the universe are know yourself, accept yourself, and become the creator. Because once you know yourself and accept yourself and start living life as yourself and none other, you start creating your reality. And the best way to start creating your reality is to recenter back into the body and back into the present moment. To stop living in the past and stop living in the future, when the only real thing that we actually have is the infinite moment of now. Something that helps me recenter is being around animals, being in nature, listening to music, or creating art. There is no greater master, at least to me, than nature and animals right here on earth, because they always live in the now and they always make the best out of whatever situation they find themselves in, and they are ever changing, which we are as well innately. We are not supposed to remain the same. We are not supposed to wallow in traumas, in stress, in pain. One quote that I heard recently and that I absolutely love is, when you find yourself in hell, keep walking, because why would you want to remain in hell, right? So it's all about moving forward. It's all about accepting and embracing change, because change is creation. Change is remembering. Change is evolution, expansion, and the recollection of us being everything that is and being in tandem, in motion with the all that is. Why would we want to stagnate? Again, what we have learned from this work is that stagnation and resistance to what is creates again physical disease. And nobody wants that. Once we accept the situation, we can clear our mind in order to analyze it and then find a solution for it. But usually, when we cannot accept the situation, we find ourselves in resistance, and that only creates more stagnation and more of what we do not want. So, the things that help me again are nature and music. Music has always been an amazing aid for me. Music has always been something that I have found tremendous comfort in because, first of all, it reminded me that I'm not alone in how I feel, and that there is always, always, always a way out. I've always looked up to artists and the way they create music, the way they feel everything that they create, and if they ever find themselves in difficult situations, the way they emerge out of it. And I also love to create art. I love to put on paper or just digitally whatever images I get in my head or whatever messages that I receive. And I also create the art for the sessions that I'm having when I'm putting them up on YouTube. And these are a few images that I have created. You can see them here. This one is based on the Metatronic frequencies. This one is just a sense of expansion that I have had and felt in trying to express this visually. And I just find it such a joy and such a blessing to be able to do all of this here in this world and in this human experience. Thank you so much for listening. Take care of yourselves and have a most magnificent moment of the infinite now. Thank you. Bye.